Hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Evans Clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and on this episode of The Hypnotist, it's all about anxiety and levels of anxiety. And I was working with a client that found themselves in a situation where they felt the anxiety in their chest, in their gut, and that would mean that they would avoid doing certain things. And that's quite common because anxiety is a lot about anticipating the future and trying to mitigate risks or reducing emotional intensity. So this particular client had these kind of feelings at the idea of doing stuff because they had experiences in the past where doing the thing meant that they felt this horrible sensation in their body. This particular client was quite young, a young adult, loved playing games, and had this way of feeling relaxed and calm while playing games. So this hypnosis session is the gamification of anxiety. It uses the idea of a real game like football and then a video game like a VR headset to look at things that in the past caused real intense levels of anxiety, so they could imagine an avatar. An avatar, if you've seen the movie, is these kind of alien bodies, but an avatar in a video game is effectively the character that you play. So the character that he was playing was a confident, calm, relaxed version of himself. And by playing that character, it then links to a resource state. And then lots of video games have these little score bars. XP means experience points, and you've got confidence and things. So he can see them going up and changing depending on the circumstances. So if there are things in your life that makes you anxious and makes you feel a bit overwhelmed, and you like the idea of video games, this hypnosis brings the two together, so you might find that useful. In the show notes, in the description, there's loads of free things, free guides, free downloads, free courses, so check them out. And also, if you like the idea of working with me directly, there will be a free consultation call that you can book by clicking the link in the description. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place that you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And on the outward breath, just allow your eyelids to close. That's it. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling any tension. And just feel your eyelids getting heavier and more relaxed. That's it. Breathe in and breathe out. And on the next outward breath, just feel that with your eyes closed, you can focus more on the sound of my voice. Breathing in relaxation and exhaling tension. The weight of your eyelids getting heavier and heavier. And I want you to scan your body for any clues of tension or anxiety. And just feel that you're breathing in a bright color that represents resourceful relaxation. Maybe that's a bright blue, yellow, or a different color. But as you imagine breathing in that resourceful relaxation, just imagine it melting away any of that tension or anxiety. Breath by breath, so that as you breathe out, it feels like that tension or anxiety is leaving your body in your outward breath. So each breath takes you deeper and deeper relaxed. As you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine what it would feel like to stand at the top of a staircase. Maybe a wooden staircase, or maybe made of marble. But I want you to imagine that as you walk down the staircase, at the bottom of the staircase is a football pitch. A football pitch on a sunny day. But right now, you're at the top of the staircase. And very soon, as I count down from 10 to 1, with each descending number, you will imagine what it would feel like to feel 10% deeper and deeper relaxed with each downward step, each descending number. So breathe in that feeling of resourceful relaxation, and 10. Take the first step down the staircase, feeling a wave of relaxation. And then 9. Another step down the staircase, this time feeling a release around your forehead, your jaw. The muscles in your face are relaxing. That's it. And then 8. Another step down the staircase. This time, focus on the top of your head all the way down to the back of your neck. And just imagine all of those tiny muscles and tendons relaxing. That's it. And then 7. Another step down the staircase, as this time you focus on your neck and your shoulders. Some people consider this the bank account of stress. And just imagine stress being like crystals of ice frozen into your muscle tissue. And as you step down the staircase and breathe in that resourceful relaxation, those crystals of ice that feel like stress are just melting away there in your neck and your shoulders. And so they loosen and relax. And as 7 turns to 6, just imagine your whole arms feeling limp, loose and heavy. Another step down the staircase. That's it. Just imagine what it would feel like for your arms to be so relaxed they felt like the limbs of a puppet with no strings. Limp, loose and relax. And then 5, halfway down the staircase now, as you focus on your internal organs. Imagine your heart relaxing, your lungs relaxing, your stomach relaxing. That's it. And then 4, another step down. Now focus on your gut. Because the gut and the chest is where anxiety feels like it lives. But actually it's just tiny muscles that get tense. Sometimes in the gut, sometimes around the rib cage. But as you breathe in that resourceful relaxation, feel all of those muscles relax now. That's it. And then 4 becomes 3. Focus now on your legs. Another step down the staircase and just feel the top of your legs feeling so relaxed. And then 2 down into your calf muscles. And now feel like your legs, like your arms, are like that puppet with no strings. Just all limp, loose, and relaxed. That's it. And then 1, the final step on the staircase. Now focus on your feet, your ankles, your toes. And just feel a wave of relaxation from the toes to the top of your head, all the way down to your fingertips. And when your whole body's relaxed, take that final step onto the football pitch. And I want you to imagine that football pitch is on a sunny day, under blue skies, not hot, but not cold, just a warm, sunny day. And imagine you're wearing whatever clothing is suitable to be on that football pitch. And I want you to notice how comfortable, relaxed, and confident you feel on that football pitch. And just awaken all of those neural pathways linked to relaxation, confidence, a calmness. And I want you to imagine you're not alone on that football pitch. There's other people around. And even though there are other people, you still feel comfortable, calm, and relaxed. Nothing phases you here. And just feel that wonderful feeling of resourcefulness. That's it. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. That's it. And I want you to imagine, for some reason, on that football pitch is the most advanced VR headset you've ever seen. The latest in virtual reality technology. I want you to imagine it's lightweight, futuristic, glowing softly with an energy that feels safe, reassuring, and powerful. And notice as you put it on, the outside world begins to fade away, and a whole new reality begins to form. And this is a world that you control. A world where every challenge is simply a different level of a game. And in this game, you are not just yourself. You are also your avatar. And as this world loads around you, colors sharpen, sounds become crisp. And I want you to notice your avatar standing before you. This doesn't have to be like a monster or a robot. This avatar is simply the version of you that is calm, confident, and resourceful. It's you, but different. The most confident, comfortable, relaxed version of you. And just study your avatar. See how they breathe steadily. They stand tall. And even the way they move is with ease and certainty. And when you're convinced that this avatar is a confident, resourceful, comfortable version of you, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And then you step forward, merging with that avatar like it's a skin on top of yours. You are now inside the avatar, becoming them from the inside out. And I want you to feel what it's like to move as this confident self. Like every nerve and muscle already programmed to respond in ways that help you win. Every level you face will make you stronger, calmer, and more powerful. Just like any great game, I want you to notice you have a display bar. In one corner is your confidence bar, glowing brightly. Another is your calm meter, gently pulsing, steady and reliable. And in the center, just imagine seeing an XP counter. showing that every new challenge gives you more experience, more strength, more wisdom. And the rules of this game are simple. To win, you do the thing, even if before or even now it feels hard. The more you do it, the stronger your avatar becomes. And if you avoid whatever the thing is in this game, you simply stay on the same level. You don't lose, you don't fail, you just don't progress. And action means unlocking new skills, new powers, and new freedom. And now imagine the game creating levels for you. And let's imagine level 1 is you traveling alone. Think of a destination and allow the VR world to create it. And then see yourself either as a third person, like you're seeing yourself from above or behind, or feel like you're looking at the world through your own eyes. And maybe you see yourself traveling to that destination, maybe on a bus or on a train. Maybe it's abroad and you're traveling on a plane. But I want you to notice your levels. Notice as your avatar, your calm meter rises with each steady breath. Your confidence bar glows brighter with every step you take. And just by playing this level, imagining going to that destination alone, you've gained XP. And I want you to imagine each time you listen to this recording, the destination will change. And you get to make it more difficult each time. But for this destination, if you feel like you can imagine what it would be like to calmly and confidently get to that destination, to travel alone successfully, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And now see a congratulations sign on the screen as it welcomes you to level 2. And this level is called University. And maybe it's an open day, or maybe it's starting your very first term or freshers week. I want you to see that this level involves packing, traveling, meeting new people. And you discover your avatar has a new skill unlock: adaptability. And this skill means that no matter what's unfamiliar, you simply learn quickly. Every conversation, every experience just adds to your XP. Every classroom, every social event, every interaction is a small victory, and you can feel it. This is a winnable game, because just being there is winning. And if you could imagine, whether it's for a day or several days, feeling calm, confident, and relaxed in this new environment, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And now you progress to level 3, exams and revision. And maybe in the past it felt daunting, pressured, stressful. And this is a level about coping with pressure. But I want you to notice a new power-up, and it's called Focus Mode. You can activate it whenever you want, just by making time and space to focus on one thing. And when you activate it, distractions fade, and any intrusive thoughts or inner dialogue just is dialed all the way down. And you can see your calm meter balancing pressure with clarity. So much so that every page you revise, every question answered, every moment of preparation adds to your XP. And you realize it's not about perfection, winning or losing. It's about progressing, doing what you can to give you the best probability of doing well. And I want you to imagine in this VR game going through all of the steps: revision, preparation, practice papers, and then actually doing the exam. And if you feel you can do that in this game in a calm, confident, relaxed way, let me know by nodding your head. And now the screen updates to level 4, simply called Health Anxieties. And this level can seem darker, but as your avatar, you now hold a healing aura, kind of like a force field, so that whenever worries come, you breathe and that aura glows stronger. It soothes, reassures and calms, and you realize that your avatar knows how to manage uncertainty, not by running from it, but by facing it with calm strength. So I want you to imagine what it would be like just within the game to have some kind of health issue. But rather than worrying or panicking or overthinking, activate your health aura. Feel those healing properties. And notice your inner dialogue assumes the best. These health issues are no big deal, but that doesn't mean you ignore them. If you need an appointment, you need some feedback or test, you do the tests in a calm, confident, relaxed way. Because in this level you realize it's better to assume that it's nothing serious. Have any tests that are needed. Assume everything's fine until you have irrefutable evidence that it isn't, rather than the other way round. In the past, maybe you assumed that it could be something serious until you had the reassurance that it wasn't. So this game is about doing the opposite. And if you could imagine that health issue, that you assume it's no big deal, get it checked out, and whatever the tests come back with, you feel like you can handle it, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And some games have a final boss, a nemesis you have to defeat in order to complete the game. And the final boss in this game is anxiety itself. Perhaps you could imagine a big, scary enemy with a t-shirt that says anxiety. But you realize this is just pixels, a generated image, an illusion. And most anxiety is an illusion. Anxiety is like shadows. Action is like light. They can't coexist in the same space. And with every breath, your calm meter rises. With every step toward that nemesis, your confidence bar fills. And with every choice to face rather than avoid, your XP counter explodes with power. Boost after boost after boost, you realize the way to win isn't to destroy anxiety, but to play better, smarter, stronger, to assume you have the resources to cope until anxiety shrinks and fades. And just imagine that big, scary final boss shrinking to something the size of a small insect, like an ant. And when that final boss has just shrunk to something small and insignificant, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And as you claim victory, you unlock a new permanent upgrade. Empowered mode. A deep knowing that you can face life's levels and that you grow by doing, not avoiding. That it's the challenges themselves that enable you to win. And as you think about the days ahead, you know that whenever you feel uncertainty, you can activate your avatar. Feel that calmness rise, the confidence bar glow, and the XP counter increase. And it doesn't matter what the thing is. Big spaces, unfamiliar places, people you don't know. Every challenge is a chance to level up. I want you to think about your favorite game. And if it wasn't challenging, you would be bored. If it didn't become more difficult, you wouldn't want to play. I want you to get a sense that life is now a game for you. Avoiding difficult levels stops you growing. But feeling that you have the ability to activate resources or learn how to handle that situation shrinks anxiety and grows confidence. So you no longer need to avoid, because avoidance is like pressing pause, and you were born to play, born to win. I want you to imagine taking off that VR headset, finding yourself back on that football pitch, and thinking like football is like life. Some opponents are difficult and some opponents are easy. But if you only play easy opponents, you don't get better. And sometimes you need to learn through losing to figure out what to do differently. But the more you play, the more experience you get. And what once was a difficult opponent becomes winnable, beatable. And each time you win, confidence grows even more. And if you feel a willingness to experience rather than avoid, take on the challenge, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And just feel that confident, calm, relaxed feeling within you. And then see that staircase there on the football pitch. Only this time, you're walking up the stairs. So imagine walking up the staircase. And when you get to the top, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.